Good morning. Good morning. It is Tasty Yes Tuesday. I'm excited to be here. It is hard to believe that it is October, folks. Oh my goodness. 3 more months and 2021 will be done. If you are joining me here live on the replay, say hello. Did you bring your favorite drink to share with? Huh? Yes. Let me just do a quick check here. I want to make sure that you can hear me because, it doesn't matter how many times you do this. You always think that it works and it'll just work like last time, but you just never know. You never know. So I think you can hear me. Okay. Well, we got a lot of exciting changes that are happening. And so I'm just going to dive right into it. I got my coffee here with me this morning. You guys know who this is, right? Edna Mode. She is my favorite character from The Incredibles. When we were out at Universal Studios, we picked up this coffee mug, and every time I hold it, every time I drink out of it, I channel a little bit of Edna in me. Good morning, May. Good morning. So as people are tuning in, I want to talk to you today about how to shift from the charity mindset to the prosperity mindset. This month of October, we are tackling all things mindset. Okay. And we've got a lot of fun changes that are happening. I love to change things up. I love to try new things. I love to create a community of powerhouses and compassionately ambitious doers and entrepreneurs and builders to create a rising tide that lifts all ships. And I often say that if you're part of my free community, I want to pour a lot of love into my free community, right? I mean, when I say it's free, it's, you come, you engage. Some of the feedback I've been hearing from you has been like, wow, Elizabeth, I can't believe you pour so much, or I can't believe you just shared that for free, right? And that's because you see, I'm an overgiver, okay? And I believe that in today's world, growing your business online, you've got to stand out. And the best way to do that is to really lead with the human connection, right? And I'm an overgiver. I used to think it was a weakness, but I've learned to channel that into a strength. Just like any strength overused can be a weakness. I often say that people that overgive and then feel bad about it, it's because they don't have a clear conversion path on how do I overgive, how do I serve, how do I convert, and how do I close and then deliver my services. They don't have that clear conversion path. And oftentimes that's really what's missing, right? And so as you're saying hi, click on the StreamYard above so I can see who's here and watching. So good morning. So this month, we're going to all just focus on mindset. So I want to know, what are some topics that you want me to cover? Today, I'm going to dive into the charity mindset versus prosperity mindset, because one of the biggest lessons I have learned working with compassionately ambitious builders, whether they're entrepreneurs, working professionals, or they're in the government or nonprofit sector, is how charity hurts us more sometimes when we're trying to grow and make an impact than it really helps us. Okay, so stay tuned. I'm going to talk about that. Okay, later on this month, we're going to talk about what are some other things that we're going to talk about. Well, for starters, talking about mindset, we have our upcoming networking event that's happening in 3 days. Okay, Ayana here on my team, she's going to drop the link. I'm going to just pull this up. If you have not yet RSVP by sending me a DM, please do that. Okay, please send me a DM to reserve your spot. Okay, this is happening this Friday. Some of you DM'd me and you're like, Elizabeth, I don't have the link. Oh my gosh, I don't want to miss it. That was last Friday. And I'm like, it's next Friday, October 8th. So I will get you the Zoom link. My team and I will get you the Zoom link, right? And so join us. Join us. I am super excited about this. I'm trying to find more time to host networking events in a different way. I wanted to be, not only about connecting people, but I really hope that you can walk away really inspired. We're going to do speed networking. We are going to truly get a chance just to really get to know each other. Okay. We are going to also learn how we can support each other by gives and ask. Okay. And I'll talk a little bit more about one of the common mistakes that people make when they're networking. They'll say, oh, yes, my ask is I need more clients. Okay. And that's what you don't do. So when you come on Friday, you will get to hear my advice and my guidance around what is an ask? How do you make that ask? Right? Especially if you are looking for clients, but what's a better way to ask that? I'm always like, it's one thing to just do it, but I challenge myself and challenge my students and clients to say, what's a better way that you can do that? That is just going to be much more of a win-win. And so when you come on Friday, I'll set the stage for that with how do we network, make that ask and make that give. And then we're also going to have, a panel. I want you to hear from these online business entrepreneurs. I want you to hear about how, some of my clients, what changes happened in their life, the good, the bad, and the ugly, when they finally decided to bet on themselves. Okay. And we're just going to go really deep on this because I think that sometimes online people can get really lazy. And what I mean by that is, yeah, if you come to this networking event, I do have the expectation that you turn on your camera. You don't have to be, suit and tie or all dolled up, right? But I often say that when you're networking in person, you don't go to the coffee shop with a bag over your head, right? I mean, nowadays you might go with a mask, right? But you don't like go to meet someone for the first time with a bag over your head. So why do you show up on a Zoom networking event with your camera off? We make first impressions within just seconds before we even open up our mouth. And this is so key, folks, to growing your business online. First impressions matter. It's not about judgment. It's just we are designed as human beings to quickly make an assessment in just seconds upon meeting someone. Okay. So you're going to get to hear about that. And we're all going to get to share how we are going, how we are growing our businesses online, making maximum income and maximum impact. And truly the table talk topic theme is really about what happens when you bet on you. Okay. And I can tell you right now that two things that are holding you back, it's going to show itself as you're sitting on the fence. If you're sitting on the fence about this event, one, you're telling yourself, I want to go, but I don't actually want to turn on my camera. I just want to listen in. Okay. That's already a good clue that the growth of your business is going to be hindered because you want to stay invincible. Okay. And when you're invisible, you're hidden. People can't see you. You're playing small. And because of that, you will not get sales consistently. It's a fact. Okay. The product will not sell itself. You have to show up to add value. You have to show up to sell the product or service you're selling. Okay. The second thing, if you're sitting on the fence with this and you're like, I don't know, what is Elizabeth's going to pitch to me? I can tell you right now, because this month is all about mindset, is that you're going in with the wrong intention. Okay. We sell the way that we buy. Okay. And odds are, if you're sitting there, you're like, Elizabeth, and who's going to sell me on this? Odds are you're inconsistent with your sales and your business. And your biggest complaint is probably my customers, just where are the customers that have money to buy? Why do they always just say they don't have money to buy? Why? Because you attract those that are like you. And you sell the way that you buy. And you will attract customers that think like you and act like you, right? And so the biggest shift that you can make for yourself is to say, you know what? Maybe I've had some pretty bad experiences with going to events or connecting with people online and then they sell to me. But you know what? I am not going to give up on the fact that there is a community out there of entrepreneurs that want to do business from a place of reciprocity, from a place of real, genuine conversations and relationships. And because of that, I'm going to give this a try. Okay. That is the mindset of someone who is willing to grow themselves, step outside of their comfort zone in order to grow their business. You are the cause, money is the effect. Okay. And so I am challenging you to just notice these things about yourself since this month is all about mindset. That's happening. Okay. So, how do you RSVP? You send myself or my team or Katie a DM, and we will make sure that you get a Zoom link. This is happening on Zoom. It will not be broadcasted into the Facebook group because we actually want to have this thing called a conversation where you actually talk to the other person and you go back and forth, right? Like, I know right now it's a one-way conversation because I'm live streaming, but this is why I want to do more networking events for our community and your community because I actually want to engage in a two-way conversation. That's kind of a nice thing, right? In this day of social media, right? All right. And then lastly, before I dive into today's topic about charity mindset and how do you shift from charity to prosperity mindset is, have you met Katie? Have you said hi to Katie? I want to officially welcome Katie to joining my group, my team. She is your success mentor, and I'm really excited to have her on board. First of all, her and I geeked out on healthcare because, I am very passionate about healthcare, mental health. I had a long-standing career in that. And she is a military spouse. She is a mom to human kiddos and pets. And animals, and she is a fun, just adorable person to get to know, right? And so she's really meant to come in and really, one, connect you to proven trainings and resources and the goodies that I have coming up. I really believe that the biggest differentiation in your business growth online is going to be the human connection. And I, as much as I want to talk to each of you, right? Sometimes I just can't get around to doing that. Sometimes there's time zone differences. Sometimes that's why I'm trying to host more networking events because I want to get to know you. And so Katie's going to be coming on board to really help with the experience here. So I want to hear feedback from you. I want to hear you engaged. Most importantly, I want to inspire you to show up consistently to produce some results in your business. I want you to get to know each other inside of this group because there's some amazing individuals and entrepreneurs that I know that I personally invited into this group. I get the pleasure of meeting them and hearing from them. And so that's really the key. And I also want you to tap into Katie for perhaps not only specific questions or topics that you might want me to cover, but really like what introductions could myself or Katie help make for you? Maybe you're looking to hire, a specific expert. Maybe you're looking to find, a fitness coach, right? I was just talking to a good friend of mine earlier this week, and I've been trying to tell her for the longest time that she just needs to hire like a fitness coach or trainer. Okay. She has been trying to lose weight and live healthier probably for the last 10 years. Okay. And it just hasn't happened. She's gone to the gym. She's tried to do the whole healthy eating and shakes. I mean, she's just tried it all. Right. And I just said to her, look, if you want results, you just hire the expert. Okay. Like there are just some things that I personally don't want to be the expert at. Like I don't want to be the expert at losing weight. I don't want to think about it. I don't like to go to the gym. I wish I could tell you that I really love working out. I feel great afterwards, but rolling out of bed in the morning just to do that is not my favorite thing. I would rather sleep in. Right. And so finally she said, Elizabeth, I'm going to take your advice. Do you know any fitness or trainers or coaches? And I said, you know what? I love what I do because I do. I know a coach of literally every type of expertise: alcoholism, recovery, trauma, spiritual, money, manifestation, law of attraction money, more of a logical, analytical approach to money, making money on Amazon.com, like e-commerce, coaching, high ticket, like you name it, right? Like this is the beauty of the world that I live in, which are movers and shakers. And I absolutely love my community and my network, right? And so that's what I'm talking about with the kind of introductions that we can make, right? And I said, gosh, how awesome is it to serve my community and say, hey, does anyone need a potential client? Let me know what you do. Post it on my personal profile because my friend is lurking and she wants to reach out and talk to a couple of you that will resonate with her, right? To me, that is the law of reciprocity. That's how business should feel like. It should be like when you're ready to be sold to, you actually have a quality options available to you that, through your network, you can actually say, you know what? I trust this person, right? And I know that she's going to recommend amazing people for me. But at the end of the day, you still get to choose the expert that you want to work with, right? And so this is just, you know, an insight into what I'm working on and why this networking event this Friday is going to be so key. Are you feeling me on that? I hope you are. If you are, send me some hearts, send me some fire that I'm just not talking to myself. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. So Ayana is going to post a networking event here. So send me or Ayana or Katie a TM to RSVP to make sure that you get the Zoom link, right? Make sure that you're part of that. Would love to have you. Welcome Katie in our post so that she feels like she's a part of this. We've got a lot of really good stuff coming up. Okay. Just a lot of good stuff. All right. So today we're going to be talking about how to shift your charity mindset. And I want you to be engaged, be present, and really focus on, does this sound like me? Okay. So type in 1 if this sounds like you. Okay. I want to be able to make sure that my products and services are affordable for everyone. Does that sound like you? That sounds like you. Enter 1. Okay. 1, affordability, right? I want to price my services and products in an affordable way, right? AKA low ticket, so that it's affordable to everyone. Okay. Type that into the comments. And Ayana, if you can help type that too, that'd be great. 1, affordability. Okay. 2, okay. I just don't know if anyone's going to buy it at this price point. I just don't know if anyone is going to buy it at this price point, right? And then 3 is really around a lack of confidence. So how is 2 and 3 different? Well, 2 is really around you just don't really know. Like you're just like, I really don't know. Like, will anybody buy this at this price point? Will anybody buy this at all? Like you're just like, I don't know. That's number 2, right? You don't know if anyone will buy this. Number 3 is really just you're lacking confidence. You're lacking confidence to just do anything related to selling your product or service, or even just starting your business or growing your business or hiring your business or hiring people into your business to sell for you, right? There's just a lack of confidence on so many different levels. Okay. That's really key. So, 1 is, I want to make this affordable. That's why I'm pricing this lower because I want people to be able to afford me. 2 has to do with value. I don't even know if anybody wants to buy this. And then 3 is a lack of confidence. 1, 2, or 3. Type that into the comments. Okay. Oftentimes, I want you to think about charity. Okay. Charity, let me just be very clear. Okay. I believe in charity. I support a lot of charitable causes inside my community, across my different communities. I'm a big believer that there is a place for charity. Okay. I grew up from humble beginnings, right? And I remember my mom would say to me, she would say, you know what? There's no such thing as a free lunch. Someone is forking that bill. So take it with grace. Okay. Take it if you need it. Nothing wrong with that. But get back on your feet. Get back on your feet quickly and pay it forward. That to me is charity. That to me is prosperity and abundance and giving, right? So I have always believed in free lunches and knowing that free lunch is never free lunch. But the value that I grew up with is that you take it with grace, you get back on your feet quickly, and you pay it forward. Okay. And I remember, when I was growing my business, and, even before my business, right? I, was trying to build a career and figure out, do I want to work for a nonprofit? Do I want to work for corporate? What is it that I want to do? Okay. And there is a place, again, for charity work, but it's not in your business. It is not in your business. Okay. Businesses are designed to make money. Okay. Businesses are designed to add value to someone's life in exchange for monetary, right? And in exchange for money, so that your business can grow, can thrive, can provide more services to more people. And one of the reasons why I love small businesses is that you can create jobs. You can create jobs in your community that allows another human being to be able to have flexibility, to be able to have options in your community, to be able to make money, to care for the people that he or she loves. That is what your business is designed for. Charity does not have a place in a business. Okay. Nothing wrong with charity. But when it comes to your business, you need money. Sales is oxygen to your business. Okay. And oftentimes, many people, when they're coming, especially if they're compassionate, especially if they're purpose driven, especially if their heart is here to serve, they will come to their business and they will try to look at it like it's a charity model, right? They'll want to make sure that it's affordable so everyone can access it. Okay. Right. But the truth is that many times it's because you just, one, don't know if anyone's going to buy it. Two, you just are lacking a lot of confidence, right? You don't know the know-hows, you don't have the skill set of how to sell or market. Maybe you're just not confident in how to put your offer together, how to price it, like truly the fundamentals of growing and running a business, right? And oftentimes I often say that, you know, when you bring the charity mindset, especially into your business, okay, I'm not talking about a nonprofit, okay, what you end up doing, and I think this is very subtle, and I want you to just pay attention if you're multitasking right now, okay? The charity mindset that you bring into your business, you're actually looking at your customers like they're a victim of their situation. And it is very disempowering to treat your customers or prospects or audiences like they are victims, okay? That you are here to save the day and that you are going to save the day by either giving all away your knowledge and services or making it, super affordable so that everyone can save it because you have the solution to save them. Okay. And what I have found in my work, right? Coaching many, 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 many women in salary negotiation in their careers, professional working careers, working in communities on the nonprofit side, serving on boards, all the way to even starting and growing my business when I used to try to do free workshops and try to, make it affordable. I was guilty of all of that too because my heart was so focused on serving. Is that I learned that money reveals what people value in their life. And when you step into your business with a charity mindset, you're actually saying to your audiences and putting them in a victim situation and saying, I have the solution to save you, and I'm going to here hand it to you and make it, quote, affordable so that you can afford it. And there, you're going to go ahead and now you have the answer. And now your life is going to become magical and transform, right? And what I have learned is that that's actually bullshit. You are actually disempowering them because what you're doing is you're continuing to let your audience, not saying all of them, but continuing to let them be in victim mode, right? And here's the reality. People that want change in their life, regardless of social economic background, regardless of where they started, regardless of their upbringing, childhood, right, trauma in their life, you know, coming from a loving family or not, or broken home, the change that they want in their life, they have to take responsibility over it. It doesn't matter. And money reveals what people value. Okay. Money reveals what people value at that time in their life. Okay. And especially if you're at the startup phase in your business and you want to be able to be around long enough, right, to serve people, you've got to bring in cash flow into your business. You will not be around if you don't make money. You will not be able to serve if your business is shut down. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? So, what you've got to do in your business is start to shift from charity to prosperity. And you've got to go in really laser narrow and say, you know what? I am going to work not with everyone that can afford me, but to start, I'm going to work smarter and work for those that are truly, truly, truly ready to become their empowered versions of who they are. Okay. They are willing to take responsibility for becoming and growing into that empowered version of themselves. And for that, I am going to serve them with everything I've got. And I'm going to charge more so that I feel good about our exchange of money and services and energy so that they get the transformation and the results that they want and they need. You see, a prosperity mindset, if you look it up in Wiki or any definition, is really about the long term. Think about it. Prosperity is how do you plant the seeds now, right? Nurture it, grow it so that it begins to bloom. And then again, grow, expand, right? And so it's a much longer look at your business, knowing that you don't need to be affordable to serve the masses. Because when you're low ticket or free and not charging enough and you're serving the masses, what are the results? What are the results that people put on themselves that are willing to produce? Hardly any. Every client that I have coached that have been low ticket barely have any amazing results or testimonials to show for. Why? Because their customers don't have skin in the game. Their customers are not yet ready to take responsibility for themselves. They're not yet prioritizing your gift, your talent, what you are doing to make a difference in their lives. And because of that, they're half-assing. They're half-stepping. They show up and do the work, but they're not using their critical thinking. They might check off the list of homework that you've got for them. They might go through the motions, but they're not applying it into their life every day. They're not trying to think about creating a lifestyle change. They just decide, you know what? My trainer told me to go to the gym and hop on the treadmill for 30 minutes. And they're on there at like a 3.5 mile per hour speed, right? Expecting to lose 10 pounds in a month. That's just not going to happen, right? Like you got to put in effort. You've got to take responsibility for what you want. You've got to know that you're working with an expert who has spent years at this, right? Or he or she knows what they're talking about. You've got to show up at thinking, wow, I'm going to go through the hard work of doing this, but I'm going to take responsibility for my results. The more I apply this, the more consistently I can apply this, the more dramatic my life will change for the better. That is the value of having a prosperity mindset. That is the value of charging more because you begin to attract quality clients who are truly ready to work with you. How do I know this to be true? Because again, money reveals what people value in their lives at that moment. And I guarantee you, your results will be so much better for it, right? That if you charge higher and you're stepping into that with a prosperity mindset and you're pouring into 2 clients, their results are going to be so much more breathtaking, so much more amazing than you charging cheap and less and trying to work with, 30 clients and barely like seeing any results in their business. 2 quality clients with 2 quality results and testimonials to show for is going to serve you so much more than working with 20 clients with results that are so vague that you don't really know if you really had anything to do with it. Let's be real. If you don't know, neither does your audience in your marketing and your messaging, right? So I want you to just take a moment to really think about this for yourself. Okay. When it comes to your business, are you treating it as a charity mindset, or are you shifting to prosperity and really thinking about really the long term? I want to be around to truly serve more people. One of the things that I teach and coach my clients on is we got to bring in cash flow. And there's something to be said. So I already mentioned this, right? You're charging more because you're attracting quality clients. Now, this isn't just quality clients. This is like strategically some things I want you to think about. When you charge more and you develop and you're working with quality clients, you have less volume, which means that you have less clients to manage, which is a lot more doable for you. Okay, there's a lot more flexibility with scheduling, with things that might come up that maybe you did not anticipate in your program or your product. You just have it's much more manageable. Okay, when you're working with 20 clients and you're doing one-on-one work, or maybe it's group, that's a lot to juggle. You're probably working a lot harder than you need to. That's the first thing. Okay, the second thing that I just mentioned was really the results of your ability to work with them. Okay, your outcomes, your testimonials, your social proof after working with them, because it's so one on one and you actually have the time to invest in them, the results are going to be so much better. Okay, your testimonial, the qualities of your testimonials and your social proof will skyrocket. I have done coaching one on one. I have done coaching for 3-month packages to 6 months packages to 12 months to now just a VIP, one day where we just look at gaps in your business operations and I go in and be like, tweak this, fix this, here's this, right? I've done that. Okay. And I can tell you that it's more than just learning, it's more than just knowledge. And so when you're starting out, I want you to focus on charging more so that you can get quality customers. You can begin to build your processes and your systems as you're working with just 2 customers as opposed to maybe 20 or 40 of them. You get quality social proof testimonials that are showing up in your business, which will exponentially help you in your marketing, right? And then you then are bringing enough cash flow coming in where you're not stressing about where your next 20, 30 leads are going to come from. And you can begin to hire extra help. And that's how you start to scale your business and grow your business and own the hybrid CEO that I know that you are, right? And then as you begin to bring your team on board and hire, you'll then be able to then say, this is actually the process. These are the steps to follow. And again, we're looking at quality, not quantity here. Okay. And once you get to that point, or even, where you're making steady, consistent sales and you're hitting your freedom sales numbers every month, and you want to turn around and create, a lower priced product or service to have someone work with you at that level, go for it. Go for it, because now you already have a baseline income stream that you don't have to stress about where am I going to get my leads from? Where am I going to get, my money from? Like, you're not stressing. You can just truly show up and serve. And the best part is because you already built that one bridge, that one online income stream, right? You then don't have to stress as much for some of your lower price things. And those lower price things will still add value to people's, lives, but you're not banking on those testimonials to be earth shattering like the ones that you have for your higher price products and programs. Are you hearing me on this? This is what I'm talking about when I say work smarter. Hard work is required. But if you're working on the wrong thing in your business, you will get the wrong results. Okay. This is the big shift of thinking about charity to prosperity is you take a longer view look at your impact first, your impact. Then you take a look at your business and you say, this is what I want my business to do. This is how I want to serve and make a difference, right? And when you start making money in your business and you want to do other, what I call passion projects for causes that you care about, I do this all the time for, or for Hmong Women Take on the World, is then I don't have to worry, right, about where is my income going to come from. I can now say I have X amount of thousands of dollars set aside for this initiative, good, bad, or indifferent. I'm going to now give as much as I can over here because my business is my main bread and butter and it's operating and working like it should. And now I am making money and I can now give more away to the causes and the communities that I care about. This is working smarter. This is what the hybrid CEO is all about. This is about charging more, working smarter. This is about making a local impact to where you live, but also recognizing that you've got to be online to make a greater impact, right? And to maximize your income. Does that make sense? So what are, again, some things that you can do, right? From shifting from a charity to a prosperity mindset. You got to shift the affordability. You're not going to be able to be everything to everyone. Think not quantity, think quality customers. Okay. And one way to attract quality customers is to charge more. Okay. The second thing is, really around, I don't know if anyone's going to buy this. So I'm just going to give it away for free. If free, $0 for an event really worked, every single free event that you've ever hosted would have been sold out. I often say people are afraid to charge more because they think that pricing is an objection. But I want you to know that even your free events that are $0, there's objections too. It's not sold out. Actually, I remember working with a client and he said, I really want to inspire, more families to be active playing sports. And so, I used to have an athlete clinic and I would have free workshops for families with kids to come on the weekends. And, and I would have them come. I would have them sign up and they would come. But Elizabeth, what you're saying makes sense because even though I would have people register to come on a Saturday or Sunday for me to coach them on this sport, there would be so much no-shows. They would text me last minute and be like, oh, I can't come because of this and this and this, right? And here was this gentleman who was taking time, right, away from his family to show up because he was so passionate about this to inspire families to be active playing sports together for free. And people were canceling on him. Not that they weren't grateful for what he was doing, but because it was free, people don't value it. People do not value things that are free. They take it for granted. Now, as I said to him, if he was charging $2,000 for that weekend or $200 to show up, do you think many more families would show up? Absolutely. Money reveals what people value. When it's free, your time doesn't matter. Their time does. When there's money, they got skin in the game because it's hard work for them to earn that money. And if they're going to deposit it or pay for something or invest in working with you, do you think they're going to show up differently? Do you? They absolutely do. They absolutely do. And I want you to remember this, right? Because at the end of the day, the charity mindset to be like, I just don't know if anyone's going to buy this. I'm going to do this for free because I want to serve. People just don't value what you've got to give if they're not, one, ready for it, and two, they don't have a financial commitment up front because it's just time or money. Don't get me wrong. There are some people out there that do value it. Okay. I've done plenty of mentoring and, but people just show up differently when they know that they have financially invested in working with you. The people just do. I'm just going to keep it real. Right. And the last thing with this confidence, lacking confidence, especially, if you're approaching your business from a charity mindset perspective, is to realize that you don't need confidence to sell in your business. You need courage. Okay. This is really where having a compassionate heart is really key because you see, confidence comes from predictable, right? Outcomes. And how do we know our predictable outcomes? It's based on us having competency, knowing things, and acting it and doing over and over again until we get certain outcomes and then it becomes predictable. So, confidence will come with you being attached to an outcome. And you're attached to an outcome because why? Because you actually have done it over and over again, that it's predictable. And when you're growing your business, you will lack confidence because it's all new. You got to show up and learn a new skill set, like maybe live streams. You got to show up and sell. Maybe you've never sold before. You got to show up and command, 25 times more than what you are familiar with commanding for your program. There's just a lot of new things that you're leveling up your skill set, your people set, your mindset in, right? And you're like, no wonder you don't have confidence. You won't yet, but you got to channel courage. You see, courage comes from your heart and you're not attached to the outcome. Let me say that again. You need courage because you are not attached to the outcome. What you are attached to is what you believe your values in that moment. And every single one of us has experienced our courageous self. Okay. It's when you're advocating for someone that you care about. It's when you have to advocate for your kids at school. It's when you have to advocate for maybe a friend that's in a really tough relationship. Maybe it's you, taking a stand at the workplace and advocating for that. You see, in all of those situations, you probably likely knew that there would be some negative consequence or some backlash or some criticism, but you didn't care because what you were committed to was the belief, the value in your heart in that moment, and you did it anyways. And that's the courage that you need to bring to your business and step it up in. Are you hearing me on this? You don't need confidence. Confidence is attached to predictable outcomes. When you're growing your business from 10K months to 10K weeks to 10K days, every single level, you need to step up your courage, right? Courage does not require you to be attached to an outcome. In fact, the outcome could work not in your favor, but you're still going to do it anyways because you believe. You believe in what you're doing, not for you, but that your product, your services, your program, your gift, your talents can serve people, that there's something missing in the marketplace, and you are the person to solve that gap. And you don't need that charity mindset that looks at your audience like they are the victim and you're here to save the day. No, no, no. You need to own the prosperity mindset. Think about the long term and say, I am here to empower my audience. And for those that are ready to take it to that next level, they will financially invest, not in working with me. No, 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 not just in working with me, but they will financially invest in themselves to work with me. And because of that, I will show them the way because I know the way and I am the way. And I will help them get to that brand new day that they're after. Because I know that if I can pour, right, just all of this that I've got to offer into quality people that are willing to invest and pay a higher premium to work with me, they know that they are finally valuing themselves, that they are ready to value themselves. They are ready to step into their empowered selves and take responsibility, whether it was their fault or not, over their lives. And that is the difference between a charity mindset and a prosperity mindset. People may need a handout. People can use a free lunch once in a while. But too often, it can actually be a crutch for them, right? It doesn't matter what your past is. It doesn't matter what's happened to you. For all of us, each of us, at some point in our lives, we have to finally take responsibility over our lives. And your business is not where charity happens. Your business, right, is to make an impact for those that are truly ready to receive, that are willing to say yes to themselves and yes to working with you, because you're thinking about the long term of your business. You're owning the prosperity that if you pour into this individual, into the clients, into quality premium customers, you're going to serve them so much longer beyond you than you ever would before. Are you hearing me on that? Send me some fire if you are. Drop me some fire if you're hearing me on that. Okay? This is the big shift. This is hard. This is really hard because a lot of times people, that often come into that I work with, they have a charity mindset, and it's because they're looking at service. Their heart has the right intentions, positive intentions, right? And they're coming to the table and they're really focused on really serving and giving. And then at the same time, trying to make money to create that freedom business and to create that life. But I'm going to tell you right now, and this is like why one client said to me, Elizabeth, I just love how you teach unapologetic pricing. It is true, because you shouldn't apologize around your pricing. Because when you're thinking with the prosperity mindset, you know this secret, which is money reveals what people value in their lives. Okay. And if they value, right now, their health, right? If they value right now their confidence and how that can help boost them in their careers, if they value, right, their time and how working with a coach is going to get them their results faster so that they don't waste hours and hours of time, trial and error on themselves, that they just want someone who can just be like, this is the strategy, this is the proven path, right? Like I'm always like, when I say to my trainer, just tell me what I need to do. Just tell me how many squats I need to do and how many burpees. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to plan that. Just tell me what I need to do because I want the results. But I just maybe don't want to be the one to figure all of that out, because I just, quite frankly, I'm not a big fan of that, right? Because I value my time. I would rather read a book. I would rather sleep in. I would rather spend time with my kids than have to plan out my workout, right? So that's the biggest shift, is shifting from charity to prosperity. And as we wrap up today's teaching, I want you to just challenge yourself. Where in your business right now, maybe it's your sales, your marketing, you managing your team, your clients right now, the current clients or customer base that you have right now, that if you shifted from a charity mindset, a charity mentality, right, of like, they need me, I'm here to serve them, because it's not really about them. It's almost like you're treating them like they're a victim. And that's, I think, very disempowering to people. And you shift it to prosperity mindset, which is, how can I position this in my marketing, sales, or delivery, or even my customers, to help them step into their empowered selves? Because as that saying goes, right? You could teach a man how to fish, you feed him for a day. What? You give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, but you teach him how to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about with the charity mindset and shifting to prosperity. So if you step into your business right now and you said, where can I help serve my audience, my customers, my team, so that they can step and own responsibility for themselves and step into their empowered self, what would that do to my business? What would that do to my business? You are teaching your customers, your audience, how to fish. You're not just handing them the fish. All right. So with that, I'm out and I will see you. Hopefully, we got 3 more days to go. I'll see you at the networking event. I would love to meet you. I would love to put faces to actual names and talk to a real person. So I will see you there. I'm out. And then until next week, same place, same time, I will catch you next week. Take care now.